bragging. Take a little George cause the pants are sagging. Try to tell me this I will put you in a turban. And have it smelling right like the bone scale urine. Chuckity choco, the chocolate chicken. The rear got diesel, but cheeks they were kicking. Yo, bust it out before the buster, down the round the rhythm and then stick. The round the old time. You bring up the down just like other to yo. I'll turn the vibe and check out the scenario. Yeah, my man, yo. What's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. What's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Hey, good people. We are back for another Severance Sunday. This was a lot in this episode, and I'm glad because 2 kind of slowed us down a little bit to back us up to the events that led from the end of season 1, getting us into season 2. But it was some stuff going. I didn't know we was gonna move so fast with some of these things in this episode, but I'm glad for it. So we have a lot to talk about here. So I ain't gonna waste no time getting to it. Let's bring up Charles because y'all know we've been covering the show. Starting this season. We had y'all cover Penguin for a few months ago, so we had to roll it back, run it back again, and talk about Severance. Charles, how did you feel about this episode as opposed to the other 2?
It's the best episode I've seen.
Okay. Is it getting somewhere for you?
It is, but I don't know. It is. I got so many theories now, man. It's crazy.
Okay. We're gonna talk about the theories because I keep getting a theory and then it keeps changing and then I keep adding to it. But we gonna get all into all things theories and stuff. But guess what, y'all? It's not just us today. We got a guest because sometimes we like to talk to other people and get their perspective. And as I was looking at Severance reviews, I ran across this page and I said, we need to talk to her. She seems like she has a good time reviewing the show and talking about it. I said, let's see if she'll come up here and talk with us too. I'm gonna bring Monique up here. Monique, introduce yourself to everybody. Tell us what you representing.
Where I'm representing, what I'm representing. First of all, I love that Severance Sundays. I love that. I love that you found my page. Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. I'm Miss Piccerino, aka Monique, and I'm a screenwriter, producer, and show host for What We Watch. So I founded What We Watch 4 years ago, and I do exactly what Slice of Horror does. We talk with the community about film and TV, and our last few weeks have been about Severance. So, yeah.
Yes, so it's going to be a fun-filled evening, you guys. If you have not already, and if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button on our channel, and please hit that subscribe button on What We Watch for your Severance content and all things TV and film. Subscribe, and hit the like button.
Sure, and it's Miss Piccerino Presents What We Watch, but you'll find it if you type any of that in. Yeah.
And I will have her link in the description box. So by the time you all see this video, the link will be there. So all you got to do is go into the description box and click it and you will find her. And make sure you hit like and subscribe on both channels. Y'all, we got to get into this episode.
Exactly.
Because this was interesting. Everybody had a little piece of an interesting story, and some of us on the inside and the outside, because Milchek inside now. We had Mark and Dylan. It was just a lot happening in this episode to talk about, and even in Cobell and Helena. So this was a lot. First thoughts on episode 3, Monique.
First thoughts on episode 3. Man, I have way more additional theories. I see what they're trying to do with Helly. Been clocked. I really like where really like where the story with Gemma is going. That's kind of how we started this entire show, with kind of the grieving through Mark S. So I'm really excited that we're exploring that a lot more. Very excited to see Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. So excited to see that. She's a fantastic actress.
And we're gonna talk about her.
Yeah, favorite episode of this season for sure. And I like that we got to be with the innies and the outies in one episode. So that was really fun.
Same. Charles, first thoughts on episode 3.
Man, I think they in the Matrix. That was my very first thought.
a little while ago. I said that, but
Yeah, I think it's like some Matrix-y big O. It's an anime type of thing with like what we're seeing isn't what we're actually seeing. It was actually going on and whatnot. Yeah, I think it's a simulation, especially when it comes on and Shorty been driving all night and she was still 200 miles from some fictional city. Yeah, nah.
Right. The words that came to me after the end of this episode was old cars and new phones and awkward silence.
What is with the old cars? What's going on? What year is this?
That's what I'm just like, exactly. Why the cars look like they came from like the 70s through the early 90s, but then Helena pull out a smartphone. Where are we and when are we at this point? I am so confused.
Very much so.
But I'm gonna need an explanation for that, and I'm sure they have one, and I can't wait to figure out what it is and what time frame are we in, and are we really in some kind of a bubble or something somewhere? Something is strange going on with that. So we open the episode with Harmony in the car pulling on the side of the road. Cause girl, where you going? We see you packed up everything when Mark caught you outside driving. I mean, you couldn't stop at where the hotel's at. We couldn't stop somewhere and go. She just gonna pull over on the side of the road, and I feel like her looking over to see this reminder of that perhaps was Charlotte's, that maybe she has some unfinished work to do. I don't know what the work was she was doing before, but maybe that's the reminder that she had that she's not done with Lumon yet. Monique, what do you think?
Yeah, she's definitely not done with Lumon, but also, why is she always so stressed out? You are a villain, honey. You stay stressed out, and that's what you get. Honestly, that is what you get. Because the breathing tube. I mean, I'm looking like, where are we? What is Salt's Neck? Where are the gas stations? Where are the rest stops? Like
the whole that's something just like what you was on the side of the road, like
why did a whole 18-wheeler just like wake you up? So
Exactly.
when we got the turnaround for her to like go back, I was like, okay, yeah, because your spirit is not at ease right now. You feel like you have unfinished business. So that was my idea.
Charles, what were you thinking when we opened the scene of her driving and just going to sleep? And then how you fall asleep on the side of the road and the police didn't stop you?
Well, she has privilege, but but I legit thought from just this scene, it was a simulation. Because it just reminded me of video games where like if there's no border, you just keep driving, keep going and going and going, and then there's nothing around you, and then you just turn around. Like it gave me this is a game, this is a video game, this is a simulation type of feeling. And like even with like the breathing tube and stuff like this, the breathing tube was part of her shrine to Kier or whatever. And like I mean, I watched the first season, in one day, so things are kind of a blur. But who is Charlotte, man? Like, is that like her mom or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just me. Like nobody knows who Charlotte is. I thought I had missed something.
They haven't gave us explicit details of that yet, but whatever happened, she I think she know a lot about what's going on at Lumon. And maybe Charlotte was collateral damage, or Charlotte was someone who she was also trying to help. All I know is that is probably enough to get to had made her go try to get her job back, and not even beg, demand that they give her job back rather.
Yeah, or maybe she was like severed 3 times, because like we know she was severed at least once. She has her own little memory stick thing. So like maybe Charlotte is another separate version of her. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's just they really focused on this breathing tube with absolutely no context whatsoever. So
yeah. I think in like some capacity, every like severed person or like that chose to get severed has like something that they hate about their life or that they were depressed about their life. And so I feel like that's Miss Cabell's. Charlotte is Miss Cabell's like sadness, or there's something there. I don't know who Charlotte is, but probably the long game for Miss Cabell is, you know, kind of seeking revenge for Charlotte, or, you know, restitution or whatever Charlotte went through. Because it was like a hospital tag, was it not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital tag on the
So
bridge.
somebody was in the hospital and someone was going through it, and someone probably died, or, you know, is stuck in Lumen in the simulation. Because I like that, because it does very much give, like, when you're at the border of the end of a video game and you have to like turn around and go back. Definitely give that. It's like either you're outside of the map zone right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I thought immediately. I was like, is this the Matrix, man? Are they Matrix in us?
And they just stuck trapped somewhere they can't. I don't know. We don't even really know enough about. We don't know enough about the outside world to like have a lot of information about what's going on.
But
So
we are on the outside world, though. You know what I'm saying?
And then
That's
they
why I
alluded.
feel like it's like Matrixy, because even when we're outside of Lumen, we have no clue. You know what I'm saying?
and did y'all notice in that last scene with Helena and Cobell, and we'll talk about it, but to me they was talking very Matrixy, like there was the tone was very monotone, like with both of them. It wasn't like a lot of expression there. It like the conversation, they both was like that even pace of how they talk when they're in the Matrix. So I don't know.
I think that's how they got their job. Speaking of privilege and stuff, like that's privilege to be able to just go back and meet with somebody at like 11 p.m. and be like, I want my job back. Like, all right, we'll give it to you. Like, okay.
Oh, like she has some kind of leverage on them or something, or they need her, like how they need Mark. Like they need Mark for some reason. We just don't know why. Maybe they need Miss Cobell. I don't know.
Or she knows that they need something from her. Maybe they're trying to act like they don't need her, but maybe she knows deep down inside that they need something. The way she was, you know, had her little shrine to cure.
They know that she know a little too much and she's a little too good at her job, and so they have to keep her contained. Like, we can't let this one loose because she gonna talk too much. She's kind of erratic. That's why I feel like it's just like we're just gonna keep her close. Keep your enemies very close so that you can keep an eye on them so they don't go and talk crazy about Lumen and stuff. That's what she gives to me.
Yeah, she probably she wasn't getting the salt net, wherever that is. I don't know if she was getting there.
Nah, you gonna see another sign that said 238 the salt.
the salt chest.
She would never get into that destination. So we got hall passes this episode. Now, how y'all get a hall pass at work? You know, they just be telling these indies anything. Because how y'all got a hall pass? It wasn't nobody doing they work today, but Dylan, barely, because he was even in the visit. So they just decide that they just gonna use a hall pass for today, and we're gonna pass out pictures of Miss Casey and just see, you know, who knows it. I'm like, what kind of job is this where you abandon your desk, use the company printer to make a missing persons poster, and then say, I'm going to go walk around to other departments and find out what's happening and what's going on with her? Charles.
Yeah, Lumen gave them these hall passes for a reason. I don't know if it's like, I mean, they're monitoring them somehow. I mean, to me, it's kind of obvious that it's Helena. But I don't know. It's weird. It's just they're giving them like Scooby-Doo in the game levels of, you know, mystery seeking. Yeah, like, and they're allowing it. You know, like it's a game to Lumen too. Like, but a part of it is like they need to keep Mark engaged, and if he can't have his little excursions, he's not going to work. You know, he's not gonna do what he has to do. So, I mean, it's a little bit of that too. I don't know. It's like control chaos with Lumen. They're trying to keep them under wraps, kind of pacified, but at the same time letting them, you know, enough freedom to get back to work. We
And
need you to
Helena
do
is not a good
something.
Heliar. Like I can, she's blatantly just not being able to be, because Heli was very, very bold and very assertive, and Helena just seems very awkward in her approach to things. And Irv be looking at her like I see you. Something is not right here, because Heliar would never approach me like this with such softness and gentleness. She was a thug. She wasn't coming at me like this.
Really.
And the way she was like, that it was so many awkward stares in this episode, looking at Mark. And even though he's just like, I'm not sure if you still want to do this, because we're actually kind of like looking for my wife here, and they're both doing this awkward stare. I think Helena wants love. Monique, what do you think?
I'm 100% with you. Charles, I'm 100% with you too. I'm glad we're going to talk about it. That's Helena. We're not going to call her Heliar. I know my girl. My girl would never act like this. Heliar, that's my girl. She would never act like this. I think in the previous episode where we saw Helena like lovingly looking at Heli kiss Mark, like we stayed on that scene for a very long time. And so I think that Helena is just a rich, privileged kid that never really got to develop any like social skills. She's just like raised by her tyrant, rich, successful father into the family business. And Heli R was a way for her to escape. I'm gonna tell you exactly when I knew that Helena was Helena, which was really episode 1. But in this episode, she looked at Irv or Dylan, I think it was Irv, and she said, "We've got you."
Yeah, that was her. And that's when he was looking at her like
I said,
Heliar wouldn't do that.
who is we? That sounds like a Kier statement. That sounds like an Egan type thing. We've got you. Like the Lumon video from the first episode, like was very much like, we've got you. We're listening. We. Nah. You not really good at being Heli R, and you didn't really watch the tapes enough, because if you would have watched the tapes enough, you would have seen Heli R is not just in love with Mark or like seeking Mark. She's just kind of going through a lot of crazy emotions because she doesn't want to be there, the indie version. So yeah, she's been clocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And exactly, they don't have like, I mean, they care for each other deeply, but they ain't no like deep office like romance thing going on. They were trying to get the hell up out of there. What's going on?
Yeah. She's so pressed to stare into Mark's eyes, like, girl, Mark is looking for his wife. Please.
Exactly.
So pressed.
Exactly. Like she just ain't never had nobody that close to her, and like it's giving she don't have a life.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. Yes, the company is her life, which has to suck, because it's like the outside her is her life, the inside her, that's her life. Oh my god.
Yeah.
She's at work 24/7.
I feel like a lot of people. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people like the Mr. Milchick scene, and I know we'll probably get there. But I like this point about Irv goes to optics, because that was my favorite scene. Like seeing Irv finally comfortable in this episode and like learning things and laughing with another like person on the severed floor made me very, very happy. And then like discovering immediately what all of his crazy paintings were about. I really like that. Irv deserves that. Irv has my heart. John Turturro is great.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to get into him. We need to talk about these ghosts real quick. We need, and if we talk about the goats, we got to talk about Severance, okay? Because soon as she popped on the screen, I said, I know that ain't Brienne of Tarth over here with the goat people. And what is happening here? Now, I know that there's a whole lot of theories about what's going on with the goats in this area, because they got a whole department. It wasn't just like what we saw last season when it was just this one guy feeding the goats. They got a whole department, and how y'all got a green pasture built inside of an office with these people caring for the goats? I want to hear what y'all thought.
Wow.
Exactly. Like they don't they like real, like they keep them he just hidden, tucked away. Like y'all don't need. Do y'all even let them go home and take a shower or stuff? Like is there severed time? Like do they not have like an 8 hour day? Is there's like a 16,
Ooh, yeah.
hour day that they
You
in there
know,
with
at
these?
first I thought they weren't severed until the guy said that Miss Casey said his severed version was a stargazer or something like that.
Yeah, unsevered or whatever. Severed, yeah.
Yeah, unsevered version. Yeah, because I was
I
like,
don't
are
know
they
what
severed? Because I mean, it just seemed like they was there all the time.
it
Like, how
does.
you get there
I
dirty
don't know
8 hours,
what they
man?
take.
Like,
I don't know, running around chasing these goats. So I
but
want
no,
to know.
that dirt and grime looks like it's just been on.
They
It
Look,
might
look
well they
like, you know
maybe
what I'm saying?
they might have like a 3 on 3 off.
oh yeah, they have like different shifts, 12-hour shifts. Tell you two things. I know, I know it smells crazy in there. I know it smells
I know it
disgusting.
do.
I know it smells crazy in there. Number two, how you gonna name a department mammalians nurturable? Like I'm not taking that job. What? Mammalians nurturable? No, put me
Mm-mm.
anywhere else. I'm good. I'll come visit the goats. So yeah.
What do y'all think that the goats are representative of here? I know because this whole because Kira is some kind of satanic cult, and it's always
That's
somewhere
what
where
I thought
goat
too.
sacrifice or goat worshiping is happening, and I think that they are sacrificing these goats for Kier. I don't. What do y'all think they doing with these goats?
I kind of feel
Charles.
like they milking them because it's, I mean, the whole mammalian thing. I kind of feel like they're collecting the goat milk. I don't know why
To
or
use
for
for
what
what?
reason. I have no clue, but it seems like they're they're birthing them, they're raising them, they're milking them. That's what I'm thinking they're doing.
Yeah.
Everything is nonsensical. I mean, optics makes things that they put up around the building that nobody can go in and see. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Say that I heard another theory is that they saying that the goats are actually like the consciousness of people, but they don't
Yeah.
have anywhere else to put them.
Yeah. I
so,
think it's that too. I think part of because it's an animal and like in real life, right, we use animal parts for so many different things. And so I'm thinking that like the goats are part of like testing for like the consciousness that they're trying to insert into other people or take away from other people after they die or whatever the case may be. And I also agree with you, Charles. I think like whatever the severed liquid piece, whatever it is, maybe the goat's like milk or blood or something from the goat is gonna like help them like replicate this at a like a large amount or like give it to everybody. So yeah, that's what I feel.
Y'all drop down in the comments right now and tell us what do y'all think they doing with these goats down there.
I was thinking
And what
cloning
kind of
too.
work schedule are these people?
Right. They on they, they on multiple shifts.
Yeah, 'cause
They
that
might
dirt,
get 2 hour break to go home and come back every
that
three
dirt
to four
is
days.
that dirt is grounded in, man. That's a couple of days worth of dirt, fam.
Yes, let
Yeah.
us know in the comments what y'all think they doing down there with them goats. Are they sacrificing them? Are they consciousness? Are they? They say that um that the producer said it's not cloning. That's what they said. But
Yeah. I didn't think that either. But
Let's see.
cloning, there's still some consciousness downloading using
Yeah,
the
it's kind of
goats. But you good call out for like the satanic, like because goats are like Black Phillip and all that kind of stuff, like for sure. Always some like very sinister
Vic.
things going on.
mhm,
Mhm.
with Kier and his weird self. So they got your boy Dylan. Okay. Milchek actually told the truth. He said his wife's name was Gretchen. The first true thing that he done said since we first seen him coming up there with that damn fake ass grin. So Dylan gets to go and see his real life wife, which is for all of my Walking Dead fans, Denise from The Walking Dead. If y'all can remember from Alexandria, I said, "Oh, that's Denise." Meets Denise, and not only do we get to meet his wife Gretchen, Dylan might be a ancient husband. I don't know, y'all. He can't keep a job, and he's not that nice to her, and he rude, and he don't look like he was helping her too much with them kids. I think Gretchen might like Dylan a little bit more, any Dylan more than Audi Dylan, because any Dylan said, you know what, I ain't gonna, I'm gonna be good. I ain't gonna act up. I want y'all to be proud. And then, Audi Dylan just look like he would just be sitting at home watching TV and eating chips. I don't know, Charles, what you think?
I mean, yeah, they're the complete opposite because any Dylan is an overachiever. He's the one that got the waffle party, last time or whatnot. Audi Dylan can't even work for a place that sell doors, like
that makes doors.
like you know what I'm saying. And bro is horrible. I mean, you could tell it seemed like he gave up on life, and that might be. Like what you were saying earlier about how everybody on the outside got issues they want to, forget for 8 hours. This is a perfect one right here because he might be. I can't even say he's a good father because it's though he forgetting for the kids. He forgot to do the cookies. He just said like he don't care. So he gave up on life. And it's like the only way he can find a job is if he's a whole totally different person. That's crazy.
How you feel about any Dylan versus Audi Dylan?
I'm gonna tell you what, I agree. First of all, Gretchen is finna cheat on Audi Dylan.
What is?
Is it cheating? Can we talk about it? Is it what y'all think?
I need to know the rules around. See, this is what happens when you be doing unethical stuff. We don't even know the ins and outs. We don't know the ins.
And I'm gonna tell you why I felt that because the conversation, how you not gonna bring up the biggest thing that happened today and pretend like you forgot you did it? Like, how was the thing? What thing? Girl, you visited my any version today. Stop playing. Like, tell me. She already given cheater. What thing? Girl. So I was like, man, Christian finna cheat on Dylan. And Dylan's my boy. Well, any Dylan's my boy. So I'm rooting for the cheating. But I love Dylan. Dylan deserves any Dylan. Audi Dylan is like just really probably egotistical and insecure, which is so crazy to me. But that's why I think this show is so cool. And then Miss Huang, I cannot stand Miss Huang. I cannot stand her.
I be wondering too, like, because y'all know I call her Soo Young. Soo Young, what? Do you go to school?
Yeah, like she's severed. How long is she down there? She's like, that's why I feel like she reinforces my idea that it's a simulation. It's like a program or something, like
yeah. Do nobody go to school?
Exactly. So you trying to say Soo Young a Smith agent?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. She sure was watching because when Gretchen said something about Seth, she called Seth by his first name, and none of them know his first name. She was like, "Hey, hold up."
Right, and then she said,
"Don't you got homework?"
Right, and then Gretchen said, "This child," and Miss Huang was like, "Miss Huang." I was like, "Go get this girl out of here." I can't.
Exactly. I know it's a class or something that you should be in right now. Why do you have a 9 to 5 and you're like 11? I don't understand.
She's not a program. She has to be severed because no kid act like that.
But who would fully sever a child though?
Wouldn't you have to have like
years this company moving?
Did your mom send you to get severed? Did your dad?
Who would do that?
It's too much.
Her family might work for the company though, and she's in something like similar to Helly.
Oh yeah, she might be like a young Helena. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's sad. I had a theory that she was Gemma's and Miss Mark Scott's daughter. I don't know how they're gonna make that work, but it was just too much for me because she's like Gemma and then she has Mark S's big eyes. I don't know. Like it was weird to me. That's just like a working theory.
Yeah.
I said that last time. I was like, I just didn't want to put all.
There's a lot of holes, but
I didn't want to say all Asians are related.
There's intentionality behind casting her like that.
Yeah, It's
You
something
know,
to it, yeah.
there's something going on there. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, something strange happening there. Now, how y'all know if they would do this in this Black History Month, Lord. This is the most culturally incompetent thing to
Oh,
say. I want you to have a reflection of it's like when a company does an initiative to try to show that they're like with you, but there's no cultural sensitivity in there at all. They're just like, I'm gonna do it to say that I'm doing it. Because why does his black ass got blue eyes? And Milchek is not even severed. So he's exposed to the outside world. So he's not wowed by Kier like the other innies. Like he's like
Yeah,
Kier
he's
don't do
kind
nothing
of.
for him like that. So y'all want him, y'all done turned Kier into a blue-eyed, dark-skinned black man because we want you to feel, empowered by Kier. And Kier looked like somebody who believes in eugenics and slavery. He was so confused. And what's the name? Natalie standing in the office with the board looking like old girl from Get Out. Like she just was like,
I think she
like
a
she don't know.
program too. Something wrong with her too.
and notice she said they gave it to me too. Like,
And it's
what?
like that smile. It was like she was
She
smiling
black
so hard,
too.
like she wanted to cry, but she was smiling, just like, oh girl, he Get Out.
Get out, yeah.
Agree. And she black too, so she got it too. She got the little version of her with curly, a little coarser hair. I was like, man, that's so crazy to me.
Exactly. Monique, what do you think Milchek is going through now that he's got this position? He see that his employees are running amok. They don't want his balloons. They on their Scooby Doo mysteries. They won't change his name on the computer. And now they then gave him the most culturally insensitive gift of appreciation. What is Seth going through right now?
First of all, let me just back up and say on the record, I do not like Mr. Milchek at all. I despise this man. And I already knew as soon as it really like leaned in to how easy it was to hate him, I knew they were going to give me the sympathy track. I already knew they were going to take me down this. I was like, man, they gonna make me try to feel sorry for Mr. Milchek. And I don't know, I'm holding on. I'm not into it. I don't feel sorry for you. He's probably been working here for like years. He's probably been here for a while. He had the time to get out, and he hasn't taken it. And he doing stuff against Dylan and trying to help Dylan. I still don't buy it. It's too much. It's too risky. But hitting him with the DEI is kind of crazy. Playing in his face is kind of crazy. Like, here's your fried chicken and watermelon party. Like,
Right. We know you people love that. This should make you happy enough to stay here for as long as we need
but
you.
I just don't have sympathy because that's what he do to other people. Like, he employs a Lumon against, the macro data refinement. So I'm just like, I don't know. They're gonna have to give me like 5 seasons or 5 episodes of sympathy before I'm like, I forgive you. Because nah, man, Mr. Milchek is wild. He is hungry for money or whatever the heck he got going on. That's how I feel.
He's that guy that at the office that I try to stay away from because they're so fake and condescending and will snitch on you to your supervisor in a heartbeat. So yeah, and he be full of shit. He ain't told the truth. Only truth he done told so far was that Dylan's wife's name was Gretchen. Everything else come out that man's mouth is just lies on lies on lies.
I agree. I haven't believed a thing he said. Not one.
Absolutely. Charles, how you feeling about Milkshake right about now? What do you think he's thinking after getting his beautiful gift?
Well, at first I was confused.
That look AI generated by the way.
I realized it was Kier, in blackface. And I was like, they kind of Santa Claus them. You know how like Santa Claus is whoever family, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, why y'all? He knows this man is white. Like he's seen images of this man before. Like, what are you doing? But then it's kind of like the whole entire show has like allegorical points or whatever. And it gave me the whole Juneteenth vibe when Walmart started selling Juneteenth stuff before anybody.
Here's something I know you people will like.
Yeah, like it was very pandery and it was very condescending. It's like, man, come on, man. And like that was the first time we saw an honest expression from him.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, really?
You're taken aback.
Like you can already tell, like he's in real life getting frustrated at work. Like he's having a bad week at work. He's like, man, they playing in my face. They done let my balloons die. They won't change my screensaver. Now they're giving me these crazy paintings. I know there are no Black people on the board here. I know there's no Black people that founded this company. Am I giving that you need to like pander to me this way? I mean, I already see what they're doing, but I don't know. I still don't feel sorry for him. It's gonna take a minute.
Exactly, because see the way you've been treating people, Seth. I can't. You pretty much, you and Natalie are in the sunken place at this point, and now you're realizing that you're in the sunken place, and guess what? It's probably too late for you, and now and look, I don't know what to do for you at this point because you drunk the Kool-Aid already. Now you're mad about it. Gonna have an attitude about these paintings, sir. You might as well hang them up in your house like Cobell would, because I'm pretty sure she got some.
In your screen.
It'd be messed up with Kira, a woman in hers.
You know what?
My favorite thing about Mr. Milchick, just from like a TV show perspective, is that like Severance is so much like a psychological thriller and a comedy, and no character embodies it better than Mr. Milchick. Like he is a horrific psychological thriller comedy walking. Like he's just so good with his sinister grins and the way he walks through the hallways and the way he makes eye contact. Like he's so good at what he does. That actor is amazing. He's amazing.
Oh yeah, he be triggering me sometimes with flashbacks of jobs that I don't like. Just that's why we do this on Sunday to get y'all good and ready to go back to work on Monday to hit the office and deal with your own version of Seth here. Again, y'all, we have a few more things left in this episode. We got to talk about Irving. We got to talk about reintegration just a little bit, but I want to shout out all the subscribers of the channel. Again, hit that sub button, and if you are not a member of the channel yet, please hit that join button. There is exclusive content that is not available on the channel that you could only see through the memberships. I just want to say thank y'all real quick because we got some more to talk about.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. No, I can't help but to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a beautiful
Thank you.
wedding. What a
Thank you.
beautiful wedding.
Thank you.
Bridesmaid to a waiter. But what a shame. What a shame. A poor groom's bride is
Thank you.
a whore.
Thank you.
I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of
Thank you.
closing a goddamn
Thank you.
door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in. Haven't you people ever heard of
Thank you.
closing a goddamn door? No, much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of.
So we talked about Natalie for just a second a while ago and the board. I just want to throw my theory on the board out just real quick before we move past this, because we already said she in the sunken place. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all out here are anime fans. Roll with me. What if the board is like the younger brother from a Full Metal Alchemist? What if the board is all of these old ass people that should have been passed away, but they ain't got nowhere to put their spirit, but in that little intercom system? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Their consciousness downloaded or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like in cyberspace.
Yep. But like old boy in Full Metal Alchemist, they ain't got their body yet. So the board is just in the thing.
Alphas.
Yes. But see, they still trying to run the company. That's why they so culturally incompetent, because they asses is old. They probably been in there since the 1800s. Maybe that's these old ass people that they're trying to work on getting them another
New
human
bodies.
form. But for now, all we got is their consciousness trapped in this little box. I don't know what y'all think about the board.
I like that concept. Board, every time the board talks, it's just static. So I have more questions about the board because they do a good job of representing what it is in like corporate America. When
Mm-hmm.
like you like your company, like you can't name like everyone on the board for your company right now, but you know they exist, and you know there's like, you know, as soon as you have some sort of equity, there someone has something to say about everything. But I like the way Severance is doing that. But I want to know how you get to the point where you get the little Bluetooth piece in your ear, like what level you know,
What clearance do you have to have?
yeah, what clearance and how awful have you been to get to that point where they trust you directly to speak to you? Because I almost don't even know if they're like speaking to you. I feel like there's like a trust or like a not a simulation, but like they also have an implant or whatever that just kind of makes them pretend like they know and just say what they're supposed to say with the script. But
That's what I was thinking too.
it creates some sort of like hierarchy. So like if I tell you something, but I'm middle management, but I tell you that upper management of the board, then it like creates a different like I'm gonna listen to you. So I think it's the board. The board isn't real. I agree with
Charles,
you.
what you think about the board? I even heard some people say ain't even really no real board. It's just one person. It's just here.
I mean, it could be. I don't know the board. I mean, I watched something. It was a review or something. I forgot what it was, but the guy who was talking was saying that her name is an anagram for antenna, her full name. So it's like that wasn't an accident for her name to be an anagram for antenna. She receives messages. And it's like she was born to receive messages.
I
You
don't know.
know what I'm
Like I said,
saying?
she in the sunken place, so we don't know what kind of
Or she
little
could be a program.
severance stuff. Yeah, the stuff that they got to that she would have that connection to be able to be the voice of the board. I don't know, but yeah, Natalie is some with the those close up shots and stuff
Just
that they
the
do with awkward silences. I'm like, y'all want me to be just as uncomfortable as they are. Am I supposed to be smiling too? I don't even know what to do in this situation. I'm
and
like,
like
I'm just
her smile and everything, like her human to human interaction seems very stiff and fake. That's
Mhm.
why I feel like she's programmed to act like this.
Yes.
Just to make another anime reference, Big O is an anime about giant robots. But they're in a simulation, and everything in the anime, like the words they use, like everyone lost their memory. You know, it could be a double meaning for memory, as in your physical memories, in your brain, or memory on a computer. So thinking about board, like motherboard, like this is a simulation. Like I'm convinced. This is
But they go back to that simulation, don't it? They go
I'm
back to the simulation.
convinced, man. I'm convinced at this point. If it's not, that'd be a great rug pull, and back to that, man, like that's how you get out of the simulation.
Right here. Right here.
Might be the only way out because they see it had to be something to that, saying that it used to be the people in the department to handle exports, but now it's like we got a guy. So what do y'all export now that y'all don't want? That only one person gets to know what this is, and whatever Irv is doing a good job of trying to send messages to from any to Audi. They working together. Everybody ain't working together like this, but Irv and Audi Irv is working real hard together.
And he been working
Monique,
too, like
yes,
a while ago.
yes. No, yeah, Monique, how you feel about Irv? Do you think Irv been on this task for years, which is why he has gotten so progressed at it?
Yeah, I think he definitely has. Like that's why he's a little bit older than everybody else in macro data refinement. He has more friends, like how you just go to the floor and like key with another person. Like, we haven't seen anybody else. So he definitely has some tenure here. But like learning so quickly, like you said at the beginning of the show, like how fast we're going in this episode. And I agree, like just for us to get an answer immediately that this is the exports hallway, like I wouldn't have guessed that this was shipping and receiving. I didn't realize that. Like I didn't know that. But I want to know why he saw it. Like, does that mean that he was an exporter at one point? Or like maybe he wasn't. He just I want to know, like, did he run into it? I can't remember from season 1. And then on top of that, like that's probably a way out. So there's probably a story behind how someone was like shipping something out and they kind of almost got a clue as to what Lumon was doing. And now it's this whole limited access, you know, ominous hallway, dark hallway with one little elevator type of thing. Like it seems like it's very related to how they're integrated in their brains, like what's being exported. That's my idea.
Charles?
Yeah, I just think it's crazy that the Audi version of Irv is staying awake and drinking coffee, and any version is going to sleep to dream, and that's how they're sending messages. That's wild. But I feel like exports hallway. I feel like the export thing is literal. Like this is how you leave the simulation. Like go to the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it just feels like. And it might be like a red herring. They're pointing us towards matrixy things just to throw us off. But that's what it feels like. And it felt like that since Shorty woke up in the car. Like for me, because it's too many things just like, oh, that's video game, like, oh, that's matrixy. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I've seen something like this before. So yeah, I feel like that hallway is the way out to their real them. Like the severed them and the Audi them.
It's not real.
They're all stuck in the simulation. And the real them is down that hallway to the real outside.
Like a dream within a dream.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing Rick and Morty this whole time, man.
That's true.
Freaking doors. Like, come on, man. A place that sells doors. Rick and Morty had an episode about dudes selling fake doors. Like,
also, just to support your theory, do you remember the video where it was like Lumon is in 280 something countries or 7, and it was like there's not that many countries.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it was way too many countries.
It was way too many countries. So what world was that? Like, how far? Huh?
Like the state is PE. Ain't no PE.
Yeah. Like it's not giving this Earth. It's not this dimension for sure right now today. So I don't know if it's 200 years forward or I don't know what, but there's not that many countries. So what are you talking about? You just made that up. Yeah.
And they be telling them anything. I would like to a throwback of Mark at work because he's the history teacher. Like maybe if we got a throwback scene of Mark at work teaching a history lesson, we could get something up to where we are in time period of where we are on Earth. Something I want to know exactly where they are, because at this point it seems like exactly I need a little bit of world building because I don't know when we are, for that matter, or where we are.
I'm gonna tell you who do know. Rickon knows. Rickon knows what's going on.
You know, I can't with Rickon. I absolutely
bro book is hilarious. Just listening to people read it. It's like, yo,
Rickon is the character that sounds like an idiot, but it was right the whole time because what he's saying is absolutely asinine, but that's exactly what's happening. So that's how Rickon knows what's going on.
might be old or something.
It's always a person that says the craziest shit that's like, man, nobody would ever do that. Yes, they would.
Because we think he got like he about to be a Pulitzer Prize winner with this book. I'm like, what? Don't nobody want to read that? That bunch of gibberish that a second grader looked like they put together and still thought it was something. But apparently Lumon likes it. And you see how much they think about their aunties to say, we're going to take this ridiculous ass book and give it to these people because they don't know better. And they're going to think it's something. They're going to think we did something for them.
Bro, I cannot stand Lumon, bro.
And they still got to edit
Give it to them as a work person. Give y'all a new book.
Pineapple bobbing and a new book with nice words. Get out of here.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Rickon in there for a book signing or another reading to read some passages from the book.
That is gonna be in the clause for sure. Like his contract is gonna have that.
Exactly.
Like, I get
Give it a work perk.
to the severed people.
Yes, yes. Guess what, everyone? We're bringing in the famous author of the beloved book.
The one book y'all have been allowed to read.
Yeah, I was like,
Y'all don't even know if it's your favorite because that's all we got here. You don't even really
the
know.
one book, the book.
The
But
book.
yeah, I didn't know that we was gonna get to reintegration in episode 3. I didn't even know it. Even when she said it, I didn't know we was gonna get to it in this episode. I thought they was gonna leave us on a cliffhanger and we was gonna pick back up next episode. They said, "Oh no, let's go to the basement right now and let's get this party started. We can take care of it right now." That show you how much Mark loved his wife, because he said, "Oh, sign me up. I ain't even."
Yeah,
He said,
bro,
"I ain't even got to
he
think about it. Say less." He ain't say, "Let me get a night's sleep to think about it. Let me go talk to Devin and weigh the pros and cons so we can re-strategize." He said, "Nah, go ahead and do it. Let's do it." And went on down in there, and y'all, there was this one movie that came out like in the early 2000s. I can't even think of the name of it, where they were like doing consciousness swapping to keep these teenagers in line or something. The movie gonna come to me soon. And that's what I was thinking when they were doing this experiment. And she was so sure this was gonna work this time, but he didn't even take a moment to say how you know and who else did you do it on. I don't know. Monique, do you think that this was a good idea?
Well, it was really hectic in the first season. So this made me very nervous. So I was like, I don't know how we did this so fast. But she did say she got better. I didn't know she got that good. I can do it now.
So who was the text subject then?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, shoot. But this is definitely not going to be a seamless reintegration. This is going to go terribly wrong. It's work right now. Like she reintegrated them, but we don't even really know what that means. Like, what part of you was reintegrated? Are you able to tap into both sides of you? What happens when you go back on that elevator? Like, to me, that scene, it could have felt rushed, but it didn't, because a lot of this we already kind of like assumed. I won't say we know, because we don't know anything happening on this show. But Mark's wife, we knew she was alive because we've seen her. Like, what were we talking about? So we knew that. We knew reintegration was possible because of everything that happened in season 1, and because Helena is not Helly. So, like, enough. I know that there's a way to, like, either she don't have to go through the elevator, but remember in the last episode they showed that she went to the elevator. So I think Helena might be reintegrated, or whatever version that they have. So I don't know. Like, hope she didn't erase Mark. That's what I want to know. Like, how much of your innie and how much of your outie is reintegrated? Like, what percentage? Like, and how much am I going to have to like keep coming back to you, Ragabi, to see like what this thought that I had means? Because I feel like outie version of me is not going to know everything that innie understands, and vice versa. So how will I process that in my consciousness? It's wild. It's so sci-fi.
Right, because I was like, what if? Because I was thinking like, what if like the real Mark was gone and all we have left is, Mark, like, because he didn't take enough time to try to see where this experiment was going. But I mean, I get it. He was so, I love my wife and all, but you don't even know how, if you're gonna be in your right mind to even approach the situation. Okay, you just jumped in. You should have talked to Devin first. Okay, should talk to Devin first. She's the most level-headed person there.
Devin would have told him to do it too, though, right? Because she is so pressed to find out what happened to Gemma, and they keep saying Gemma retired. That sounded so dark and sinister to me. She retired, so you killed her. So you killed her for real this time. Gemma didn't retire.
Technically speaking, that's what retirement is for a Severance.
Yeah, like retirement means but you know what I'm saying? Like, she died in the simulation version and the any simulation version, and now you killed her in the real world. I don't know. according to you, your simulation theory, Charles. That could be it. There's 3 versions of every character. We just
Oh my
want
god,
That's too much.
it is a lot.
Did you think that this was going to happen so soon within this season? And what do you think is going to be the effects of this going
Man,
into episode 4?
I didn't think that was gonna happen that soon. I think we're gonna get like kind of Outie Mark piecing together what any Mark knows. So it's probably gonna be a couple of flashbacks, especially with like the wellness sessions with Miss Casey. So Outie Mark is gonna get all of that, and that's his wife. So he's gonna have to unpack that for one. I don't know how he holds it together and goes to work as both of them, because he was so quick to act when she asked him if he wanted to be reintegrated that like he just seems desperate, and he seems like he would do anything. So if he goes to work with that attitude, like what is he gonna do while he's at work? Like I'm picturing him running up and down the halls yelling for his wife, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, no, because he's grieving. Like, what was the timing to go into Lumon and then the timing out? And then, like, if you do find your wife, then what's going to happen? Like, there's just so much that's going to for sure go wrong. Like, so much is going to go wrong now. Like, I think maybe they had it happen so fast because we're about to be on a ride of how many close calls we can get for what happens when you reintegrate right under Lumon's nose, when they told you that that's not possible.
Yeah.
Remember they said like this is an irreversible procedure, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. You lied. So yeah.
Disturbing Behavior. I had to Google the movie. It's a movie. It came out in 1998, and they were taking students from the school and experimenting on them to make them like behave and be like model students.
Yeah.
Almost. That was a good movie. It's underrated. People don't talk about that one enough.
I
need to go watch that. Lumon is doing this.
Was a good movie.
I liked it though. Don't be talking. Look, I like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, me too. And the Faculty came out around the same time. It was way better. The Faculty was way better.
But it was still good though. People need to see this movie. I liked it though.
Watch it. I have not watched this. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, I liked it. It made me think of what's going on in the work environment. Like think about people doing this to like high schoolers.
I think Lumon is trying to solve sadness and fear in humanity, and it's going to be like this large kind of idea that like you can't just make people happier. Like sadness is a part of life and grief is a part of life, but like I felt that way when the woman said she got severed from her pregnancy. I was like, that actually makes sense.
Equilibrium with Christian Bale, a whole society of people with no emotions.
Yeah. But like they want to keep one. That's why they think they're so good. Like we're helping you. We're not trying to ruin you. We want you to be happier in the real world. So like we're gonna make this part of you suffer separately, and then everyone else is okay. So, but it doesn't work. Like there's clearly holes in your theory and your practice. So yeah.
Especially if they just be treating the innies any kind of way. Like y'all basically, your innies basically kind of treated like it ain't like they get paid or anything like that. They can't go out and spend. They don't even get to go out in the sun. So you like forcing a part of yourself into slavery.
Yes.
A part of you, basically, you don't even know what's going on with you for the time that you're at Lumon. Anything could be happening. I want to do them people that's out there with them goats, even though that's the job that they do.
Right.
Dude, I want to be like, why do I smell like this?
You know you smell like goats when you get home, so you have to like. Animal farm? Okay, maybe they have animals there. They're like, oh no, you visited the petting zoo every day. You work at the petting zoo every day. It's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. They're probably just telling them anything at this point.
That's Mr. Milchick. You see Mr. Milchick be lying. I don't like that.
Exactly. He'd be the main one, just making up all type of stuff to just go. That's why I can't with him and a damn smile. But y'all let us know in the comments, what are your theories so far now that you've seen 3 episodes of season 2? What is going on? Who is the board? What are they doing with these goats? What are what is that export door? What is that going to? What do you think is happening with the reintegration of Mark? Did it work? Is real Mark gone? Is he gonna be able to go to work and actually hide the fact that this happened if it did actually happen successfully or whatever that's going to be? Do you think he would tell Miss Cobell? Like, because somehow they always, I feel like she's going to somehow find her way back over around Mark somehow since she got a bone to pick with Lumen. But y'all drop down in the comments and let us know. Again, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to what we watch. The link will be in the description box. Monique, before we get up out of here, what are we expecting for episode 4?
Okay, well, for episode 4, we're definitely going back in with the innies. I think it's gonna be an innie episode. I think we're gonna follow through with the Gemma discovery. We're gonna follow through with Dylan continuing to, get his wife to cheat on him. And Miss Bell is about to pop up because, again, we're building towards Mr. Milchick having the worst work week of his life. And remember what Miss Cabell said with Helena. She was like, Mr. Milchick don't know what he's doing. So Miss White Privilege is going to get what she wants. And Mr. Milchick is going to be somewhere. And then that's going to be the sympathy trip, the trip again that they're going to try to take me on because he's going to try to save or get back his job or whatever. I'm not buying it. So that's what I think is going to happen episode 4. Mark is definitely going to get on this Gemma thing very fast. Helena's going to be shook at how much progress he makes.
And probably a little hint of jealousy too, because now he's the other Mark with the feelings then came back. He gonna be doing everything he needs to go find his wife.
And I need to know what Cold Harbor is before this season is up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if that's got something to do with war or eugenics. We could go either one with that. Or both. Okay. A war to kind of create,
yes.
Blonde, blue-eyed, dark-skinned Black people.
Yeah. She can take Mark to the finish line on Cold Harbor.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And Charles, what are your thoughts? What are we going to see in episode 4?
I'm hoping more of Irving because I feel like he is the one who is on to the right path. Everybody else seems to be like with personal things, and his seems to be with dealing with figuring Lumen out specifically. Because everybody else is kind of distracted. Mark is definitely distracted.
Yeah.
Helly is not Helly, and she's also distracted. And Lord knows Dylan is distracted. So yeah, it's Irving, man. It's like he's the one I'm feeling like he's gonna figure it out. And they might get him killed though, like
yeah. But is he gonna be listened to when he figures it out?
Yeah.
I'm banking on him because everybody else is off focus. I need him to get it together, and actually, I need him to go over there and talk to the goat people too, and talk some sense into them, and get maybe some more allies over there because they might be willing to listen over there. If you say the right things, they might listen to you over there, and we might need to find out some more about what are they really doing with those goats, because they doing something real strange. They doing something real strange down there. I don't know what it is, but we need to see Brienne of Tarth again because
I need to know why they got belly pouches too.
But they said it was something from an Easter egg in season 1 that they had a myth about people in MDR that they had like pouches or something. I don't know why. That's why we need to. I don't know what they telling them goat people. We need to go
Everybody being fed something, just like when they realized that optics were the ones that killed the people in the data, whatever, but optics thought it was the other way around because they had 2 different paintings of the same event.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're just misinformation. They're telling one group one thing and another group another thing, and it is there to keep them apart. So you know, which is weird because hall passes is kind of counterintuitive to keeping them apart, but they need Mark. So here's your hall pass.
Irving need to. I need him to be the one to just to keep to stay strong and stay firm in this because everybody
Keep
got
staying up at night, going to sleep at work.
Irving's gonna make it to the exports hallway and find out what's going on. Thank goodness.
Hey, so he got to take one for the team. Okay, somebody got to do it because everybody else ain't in this. Dylan just abandoned the whole. Dylan don't give a damn about trying to figure out what's going on at Lumon no more.
But you know what? I think it's cool because you know the innies don't get to like develop physical relationships or like intimate relationships, and at some point they're going to desire that. If not, like just explore it. So Dylan gets to actually explore it, man. Yeah, he ditched the whole mission. He don't care about the team. Hey, y'all got it. Talk to my wife.
Exactly. Like y'all handle it. Y'all got it. I don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing. I ain't trying to be there. I'm trying to make sure Gretchen come back.
That's and you know whose fault that is? That's Mr. Milchick's fault for. Oh, this is what we're going to do for you.
That's gonna be a problem, you know. When they start, you know, having conjugal visits. Whatever. And what if Aldi Dylan decides he don't want to work there no more because of what's going on? Then we're gonna have a problem.
That's exactly what's about to happen. Because 18 minutes gonna turn into 45 minutes, gonna turn into 2-hour visits. Okay.
And gonna turn into you pregnant?
Oh my God! Like,
where's the ethics in this?
Audi Dylan gonna have to get a vasectomy, boy, because it's not gonna be good.
It's about to be something strange. But y'all drop in the comments and let us know your theories of Severance Season 2, Episode 3. We will be back here, same time, same place for Severance Sundays, and we will catch y'all in the next one.
I need the cash. I need it fast. I treat the stash like it's up for grabs. On the road to the riches, my foot on the gas. I'm chasing success like this is my last. I wake up in the morning, thank the Lord that I made it here. I was so close to the edge like a bad bitch, baby help. I turn a little nothing into something, like I put a bun in the oven. I first get red like a newborn. If you want with me going through storm, then you can't make it rain with me. You ain't in the struggle trying to hustle. You don't play with me. You sleep for a week, you spend the day with me. Look at my shoes, have problems even lacing it. If I handed you my talent in the cup, you know dry niggas are probably in the